his own corner, and without a punch being thrown, has got a ticking off from Marcus McDonald. Well, he knows how to make a statement, doesn't he, Eubank Jr.?
A little bit of psychology already there, you know. Man, not wasting my time, you come over to me.
Very confident, Doran. Believes he's going to pull off a surprise here. But you look at Eubank, you look at his record, he says, the DNA is there. I've inherited my father's chin, and that was one of the best chins ever in British boxing. His attitude, his temperament are sound. He's got vicious uppercuts. Nasty, hurtful, grinding type of wear-you-down puncher. But everybody's got a weakness. Can Doran exploit anything in the Eubank armoury?
Well, they're both missing in the early stages. Two lovely punches.
A little dip of the legs there already from Doran. Remember, he was on the floor, and now he's spun Eubank around. But that was just a balance issue, and look how Eubank just showboated away just to tell Doran, no, you didn't get me.
Now, that was two lovely punches from Eubank. Really solid, accurate.
There was a little buckle at the knees there from Doran. I remember he did hit the floor in the opening round last time out against Luke Keeler in that stunning first round where both men were on the floor, and then Doran got the stoppage in the second. All told, he's been down in 3 fights in his career, Doran, which doesn't augur well for his chances here against Eubank. That's lovely work with the jab there as well from Eubank, who's sizing Doran up here.
I think Doran was kind of caught napping there with the three, triple jabs. Started trying to move his head after that, but it was a little bit too late, so Eubank has really settled quickly. Well, full credit to Doran, you can see he's here to give it a real go. He fancies the job, and that is so important.
Well, he's not going to be intimidated. He made that very clear in the build-up to this one. I remember saying to him at the press conference earlier in the week, I said, you could wreck a lot of big plans here, and he just simply said, I've got plans of my own. A win here would put him into a whole new dimension. But that is a long, long way to go, because Eubank has landed a lot of clean, solid shots in this opening round.
Some more water. The jab's working every time. Spread that right hand through. I'm doing one. All right, okay, mate. I believe good boy.
Now, some classy punches from Eubank in the opening round. Total confidence that you're going to lead with an uppercut in the opening round, and he's brimming over with the stuff.
That was veteran trainer Ronnie Davis talking to Eubank. The man who looked after his father's career, of course. Eubank doesn't waste a lot of words. I asked him if he wanted anything, he just simply shook his head. It's interesting at the press conference. He was asked what threats does he see Tom Doran posing. He simply said, none. He looks very, very focused tonight, Eubank. Well, the longer it goes on, the more Doran will grow in confidence.
I think a lot depends on the amount of success he has in the early rounds. You have to be landing punches cleanly. Even if you're losing a round, you're making them competitive and you're in the fight.
That was a nice, clever little left-hand counter Doran landed there. An aircraft technician by trade. He's taken 4 weeks off for this fight. For the first time ever, he's been able to really devote himself to a training camp. And he's worked with some pretty good sparring partners, Martin Murray, Marcus Morrison, the Manchester middleweight, who's making some waves of his own.
It's been quite quick with some of the counters in this round, Doran. There is always the chance that Eubank has underestimated this fellow. Always that chance. You're training as hard as ever, but it's a thing you can't help. It's subconscious. And if it's the case, that little edge can be missing.
Well, how often have we seen it in the past? We've looked at a fighter who's looking ahead to the next fight, And he gets tripped up, slips up on a banana skin. Could that happen here to Eubank? Doran, a pretty decent puncher in his own right, by the way. And Eubank just stalking up to him and then just sinking that left hand to the body. I mean, his body language is almost, well, it's not almost, it is contemptuous. He's just sending the message to Doran, there is nothing you can do to bother me. Doran's got to just tune that out, concentrate on his own work. One of the things, talking to Shane Thomas's trainer, that they were working on is body shots. They think Eubank might be a little bit vulnerable around the midsection. Not seen any attacks to the body at all, really, in any meaningful way so far from Doran.
Eubank's jab is effective. It's not allowing Doran to set anything up. Doran did quite well in the opening minute of this round, a couple of nice little counters, but he's not been able to really set anything up or build on that.
So far, this one's going according to the script. Eubank looking very in control, unhurried. This fight going at his pace, dictating the terms. Doran being made to work very hard. And so far, Eubank has looked very comfortable indeed. What can Doran do to change things here? Round 3 of this 12-rounder. Trying some shots here, Doran, but struggling to land clean. Telling off for both of them, but he's looking to land the hooks, Doran. That is his signature shot. He can hook with both hands.
See, he's got to speak with his own punches. His counters are quick, Doran, but he's finding it difficult to land cleanly. When Eubank misses, his own reflexes are good. He ducks down out of trouble. That's good work.
Really was a terrific body combination, and then he went upstairs and really started to unload. And Doran is coming under intense pressure here on the ropes. One of those signature uppercuts ripping through, and the body work is continuing from Eubank. That was a vicious, sustained assault, and Doran is just getting battered around the ring here. Is the finish to come as early as the 3rd round? No, he landed a solid counter of his own, but back came Eubank.
Doran's doing the right things, Nick, not fighting by now. He's making mistakes. When he fights back, he's going to be caught cleanly, and that's what happened.
He's been down before and got up, but it's a real crisis now. Eubank stares around the crowd as if to say, you want the finish? Here it comes. Still a minute left.
Good body shot sunk in there.
These body punches that Eubank's turned to in this 3rd round have been brutal. Now back to the jab.
He just gives the appearance there that he can take charge at any time he likes Eubank, and that must be so intimidating for Doran. Doran was doing okay with his own little quick counters, but suddenly Eubank decided to take charge, and he did it.
More body work. Every so often a flash of defiance from Doran. He is not going to go quietly. His temperament, as his team keeps stressing, is sound.
Well, when you go into a fight, Nick, knowing it's going to be tough, then you're prepared for it. There are no surprises, and Doran knew there was going to be moments here when he would be asked big questions.
Now he's got himself against the ropes once again. Now he gets off him, but Eubank's showing that sharpness and that hand speed. Totally dominated that round, and it's a very shaky-looking Tom Doran that walked back to his stool there. The legs stiffened right up. Well, here's another look at that assault.
Now, they actually looked like different weight divisions when Eubank decided to go to work. He just totally bullied Doran. Just showed him, I'm the man, and there's not a thing you can do about it. Full credit to the courage that Doran showed, and he come back and landed a couple of decent punches of his own. But when he decided to exchange, that's why he found himself on the floor. But showing lots of courage, but already it's just looking as though Eubank is in a higher league.
Round 4 then. Doran can't take too many more rounds like that last one. He's got to tighten up defensively. He's got to make Eubank think. He's got to try and knock Eubank out of his rhythm. Leading off with a jab there, because at the moment Eubank is just so comfortable, so relaxed, and as you said, Jim, looks like he can just turn it on any time he likes. But did well to survive that sustained assault in that last round. There's plenty would have been seen off right there. Eubank again looking to get the jab established.
Yeah, and Doran's struggling with that jab. I mean, he doesn't have the greatest jab himself. He's good up close, putting punches together. You know, he can move in behind the jab, but I think Eubank's jab is more of a weapon.
It's the bodywork that's really caught the eye from Eubank. I mean, we were looking for it from Doran, but there's the switch upstairs there, and down goes Doran again. But I think he's really feeling these body shots. They are crippling Tom Doran. Up again. Marcus McDonald giving him every opportunity, but Eubank is hurting him every time he lands to the body. And then he switches upstairs as well, and Doran's resistance is fading very fast indeed. He hasn't got much left other than courage.
The only way he could get away from the punches that time was to go on the floor, Nick. He's out of his depth here. That wasn't a knockdown. He had to collapse to the floor to get away from the punches coming his way.
And he's still got over a minute to get through here in the fourth round, down 3 times already. Eubank almost sneering at him there as he just stepped out of range. Lovely little feint there from Eubank. And now some showboating as well. It's too easy for him in there. Look at this. And Doran can't hit him.
Yeah, well, he's showing as he is ready for bigger things. No question. I mean, Doran is a good fighter, Nick.
He is.
And he's just been taken to pieces here.
And there is every argument to get this stopped right here.
I think the corner should be pulling on the referee.
Yeah, he's waved it off. Chilling, brutal efficiency from Chris Eubank Jr. That was cold, hard, and spiteful. And that's a man who has been saying, Golovkin, 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 bring me the best middleweight on the planet, I will beat him.
Well, there's plenty of time for Golovkin, but obviously they're ready to move him up beyond British title level. I'm actually surprised that he's bothered about the British title, Eubank. You know, fighters of his class sometimes just move beyond that and let the lesser lights fight for the title and earn some money. But it just looked different class. I mean, we expected him to be too good for Doran, but I don't think we quite expected him to wipe the floor with him, and that's pretty much what happened. Because any time he decided he could take complete charge, and when he set to work, he actually looked in a different weight division to Doran. Terrific performance from Eubank, and full credit to the courage that Tom Doran has shown tonight.
I mean, that was just a vicious dismantling, wasn't it? He could do anything he wanted. He had the showboating that was going on there as well. Doran just couldn't hit him. He broke his heart then as much as anything else. Those body shots were vicious. The signature uppercut that we've seen so much of in Eubank in recent fights didn't really need it this time. His hand speed impressive, and obviously the power is there because Doran, as you say, he's a pretty decent British level fighter, and he just got absolutely wiped out tonight.
But you know, to his credit, Doran, he didn't look to grab hold or spoil or make it easy on himself. He bobbed, he weaved, he ducked and he dived. He tried to get himself into a position where he could get punches of his own off, but that just simply gave Eubank the room to work to finish the job. You know, the room that he needed to finish the job, because Doran wasn't spoiling or grabbing. He was trying to fight back, but just he faced a man who was just that much too good for him tonight. No disgrace in that.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Marcus McDonald calls a halt to the contest. The official time, 2 minutes 35 seconds of round number 4. The winner by TKO victory, Chris Eubank Jr.
Well, the talk has been September, October time. Eubank versus Gennady Golovkin. Get the deal done, said Team Eubank. Well, maybe that will be the next step. Our next step